There's more throughout the evening on the BBC News channel. We're back with the late news at 10:15. Now on BBC One, it's time for the news where you are. Goodbye.
Good evening, I'm Leigh Milner. 4 police officers who captured a terrorist after he killed 3 men in a park in Reading will receive bravery awards. In his first interview since the attacks in June last year, Sergeant Ian Watkinson told our reporter Nikki Mitchell how the events of that night unfolded.
A load of people have been stabbed in Forbury Gardens.
How many people?
I was in the police station at the time and I saw it flash up.
The guys ran off, we didn't see which way he went.
I raced out and was driving to the Forbury, lights and sirens going. And as I was driving along the street, I saw a man running towards me, waving his arms and pointing. I looked behind and saw somebody else running away.
That somebody else was Kyrie Sadala, who just stabbed 6 people.
So I just tried to block him in with my car, and they ran round my car. So I got out of my car, chased after him, drew my baton. Just remember being really focused on his hands. I remember seeing blood on his hands, but I couldn't tell if he had a knife in one hand, if he had a knife hidden. Thankfully, one of my colleagues came in, PC Steel, tackled him to the ground, and we were able to get him in handcuffs. It was something crazy. We'd arrested this person within 5 minutes of the first 999 call. You know, this person had ultimately murdered 3 people and is in custody within 5 minutes.
Ian and fellow arresting officers PC's Liam Steele and Liam King will all be recognised in next week's Police Federation Awards ceremony, along with PC James Packman. James had been off duty with friends. He said adrenaline took over. He chased the killer and shouted descriptions and directions over the phone, helping his colleagues make their arrest.
I suppose that was almost the easier part of the day, of just arresting that person, and thankfully no one was injured during that process as well.
But that wasn't the end of it that night for you, was it?
No, I just got back into my car and raced to the Forbury Gardens, and was one of the first officers into the Forbury Gardens to kind of just greeted with the scene of carnage it was.
Ian started CPR on one of the men who lay dying. He didn't know his name then, but it was James Furlong in the middle here, who died along with his friends David Wales and Joe Ritchie Bennett.
Quite emotional the following day. You kind of look at the news and it was all over the news. Then you see the faces of the people who sadly died, you'd been with. They've got a name, they've got a family, they've got people, and you quickly sort of realise the enormity of the situation.
While Ian is grateful for his award, it's bittersweet.
It was horrific, but it was horrific for everyone else. I was just doing my job. Yeah, it was great to be awarded that. But also at the same time, I know I've been awarded it because sadly people died as well. So it's making sure that I'm reflective of that as well.
Police investigating a series of attacks on Jewish people in Stamford Hill have charged a man. Abdullah Qureshi, who's 28, was due to appear at Thames Magistrates Court. He's been charged in connection with 5 incidents on the 18th of August. Heathrow Airport has criticised Border Force after passengers faced what they called unacceptable queuing times. Last night, travellers complained about waiting for hours to get through immigration. Heathrow has apologised, blaming the delays on a lack of staff. The Home Office, which runs Border Force, says it's reviewing rosters. And the Open House Festival launched today with hundreds of buildings and landscapes across the capital inviting visitors to take a look around. Salters Hall and 10 Downing Street are some of the places opening their doors for the next week. The charity running the festival hopes to give everyone the chance to explore the city. Well, let's see if we've got the weather for it. Here's Elizabeth Rizzini.
Hello, good evening. The summery weather is set to return as we head through the next few days or so. It'll start to feel warmer, a lot more sunshine in the forecast, but today, again, rather grey and gloomy, as you can see from our Weather Watcher photo here taken by Jack in Enfield. We're set to keep those layers of cloud overnight tonight. It's a mild start to the day tomorrow, but it could be quite cloudy once more. But that cloud is set to thin and break quite readily tomorrow. Some spells of sunshine emerging. We'll keep the sunny spells into the afternoon, and temperatures in the best of those will rise to the mid-20s in Celsius, just a light southeasterly wind. And it's set to get warmer still as we head through the start of next week. Staying dry, lots more sunshine, temperatures peaking on Wednesday.
That's what we like to hear. Well, that's it from me. We'll be back tomorrow at a later time of 10 to 7. Have a lovely evening. Goodbye.